So, our topic for today is work problems. So, work problems, the general formula for work problem is 1 over x plus 1 over y is equal to 1 over z. So, where x and y represent the number of hours it takes for two people. So, for machines to do the job when working alone, so it's applicable only for working alone. So, and z represents the number of hours it takes for two people or machines to do the job when they are working together. So when they're working together, that is equals to z. Z represents working together. So that's why the formula of work is 1 over x plus the 1 over y and equals 1 over z. So this relationship can be understood by considering that in 1 hour, person x does 1x. So in 1 hour, person x does 1x of the job. So person y also does y of the job. So and 1 over z of the job if they are working together. So example, Kim can paint a whole room in 6 hours. So Kim can paint in one room or can paint a whole room in 6 hours. So 1, because Kim is only 1 over 6 hours. So that is our x, 6 hours. Another is Gerald can paint the same room in 3 hours. So Gerald 1 over 3. So if they are working together, so at the same time rate as when they work alone, how long would it take them to paint the room? So how long it would take them to paint the room? So Kim 6 hours. Remember, Kim 6 hours, 1 over 6, and Gerald is 3 hours. So Gerald 1 over 3. So we can combine Gerald and Kim. So 1 6 plus 1/3 equals to 1 over z. So z is our unknown. So by analyzing the problem, we know that Kim can paint the room alone in 6 hours, and Gerald can paint the same room alone in 3 hours. So represent let x represent the amount of time. So Kim paints the room. So x is equals to 6. X is represent Kim and y is represent Gerald. So x equals to 6. Gerald is y is equals to 3. So let's z represent the amount of time it would take Gerald and Kim to paint the room to work together. So we can get the time they finish painting the room together by adding the amount of work they did in one room. So 1/6 plus 1/3 is equal to 1 over z. So substitute 1 solve for 1/6 plus 1/3 is 1z. So 1 plus 2. So greatest common LCD rather. Find the LCD of 6 and 3. So 6 divided 6, that is 1. Then 6 divided 3, that is 2. times 1, that is equivalent to 2. So 6 divided 6 equals 1 times 1, that is 1. 6 divided 2, that is 3. 6 divided 3, that is 2 times 1, that is equivalent to 2. So 1 6 plus 2 6 equals 1z. So there the same denominator, so the rule is take the same denominator, just add the numerator. So 1 plus 1 is equals 2. Then cross multiply, 3 times, so 1 plus 2 equals 3. Then copy the denominator, that is 3 over 6 equals to 1z. So 3 6 equals to 1z, cross multiply 3 times z, that is equivalent to 3z. 6 times 1 is equal to 6. Then divide both sides by 3, so 3 divided 3, that's 1, and 6 divided 3 is 2. So the answer is 2. So therefore they can finish painting the room, they work together, they can finish the room in 2 hours. 2 hours. That is the problem. So here we go, and in motion problems. So motion, it's move in motion problem. So the main equation used for distance problem is distance is equal to speed times time. So you can use a table to show the motion of each vehicle, the distance they traveled and the time they traveled. For example, Aldine and Maine arranged to meet somewhere between their homes. Their homes are 117 kilometers apart. If they both live at the same time, with Aldine traveling at 40 kilometers per hour and Maine traveling at 25 kilometers per hour, so in how many hours would it take them to meet? So by analyzing the problem, we know that their homes are 117 kilometers apart. So 117 kilometers apart. And Aldine is traveling at 40 kilometers per hour and Maine is traveling at 25 kilometers per hour. And at the same time, they both live at the same time. So let them represent the amount. So amount of time they traveled until they met. So Aldine distance is 40 t. Maine is 25 t. That is equivalent of 117 kilometers. So their velocity is Aldine is 40 kilometers per hour and Maine is equivalent of 25 kilometers per hour. So time pt. So we can get the time they traveled until they met by using the information in distance column. Thus 40t plus 25t is equals to 117. So So equate the equation. So 40t plus 25t is equals to 10710. So 40t plus 25t is 10710. So 40t plus 25t is equivalent to 25t is equals to 10710. So therefore, time travel is 1.8 kilometer or 1.8. So therefore, they will meet in 1.8 hour or 1 hour 48 minutes. That's it. So here we go to geometry problems. Geometry problems. So in solving geometry problems, it is very helpful to memorize some formulas regarding basic shapes and polygons, perimeters and areas of triangles, rectangles, circles, etc. can be done using the formulas in the following table. So the formula of a circle is its perimeter is 2 pi r and its area is pi or pi r squared. The triangle, the perimeter of triangle is 1 plus is 2 plus p. That is the perimeter of the triangle, and its area is 1/2 base times height. So that is the area of triangle. The rectangle, its perimeter is twice its length and twice its width, and its area is length times width. So here we go to square. The formula of square is 4 times side, and its area is square. So it is also encouraged to draw sketches, the shapes and other dimensions or the line of sides to visualize the problem and determine known and unknown quantities. For example, the length of a rectangle field is 5 meters less than 3 times its width. If the perimeter of the field is 54 meters, and the length and width of the field. So by analyzing the problem, we know that the field is rectangular in shape. So the length is 5 meters less than 3 times its width, and the perimeter of the field is 4 meters. So we let L represent the length of the field and W represent the width of the field. So using the second inference, we can relate the width and length as length is equals to 3W minus 5. So the perimeter of rectangle is perimeter is twice its length and twice its width. Substituting p for the given value, we get twice 2l plus 2 width plus 54. Then substitute L with its equivalent expression containing the variable w. So equal to L plus 2 width is equals to 54. So the length of the rectangle is 5 less than 3 times its width. Then so twice its length plus twice its width equals 54. So 2 length is 3w minus 5 plus 2w. So 2 times 3 that is equals to 6w minus 2 times 5 that is negative 10 plus 2w is equals to 54. So 8 that is 10 minus 6 minus 10 that is negative 4. So 6 plus 2 combined like terms, 6 plus 2 6w plus 2w is equal to 8w, then negative 10 transfer to the other side, so plus 10. 8w is equal to 84 plus 10, that is 8w equals to 8w plus 10, that is 64, so w is equals to 8. So we can now calculate, we can now find the area, because area is length times width. To find the length is the length is 19. Why? Because length is 3w minus 5. So substitute 3, width is 8, 3 times 8, that is 24 minus 5, that is 19. So therefore length of the rectangle field is 19 meters and its width is 8 meters. That's all for the geometry problem. Circle perimeter is 2 pi r, area is pi r squared, triangle is 1 plus is 2 plus g, area is 1/2 base times height, rectangle is twice its length plus twice its length plus twice its width. So its area is length times width. The square is 4 times base and its area is a squared. So that's common formula of the geometry problem. So here we go to the general information. So the 1987 Constitution. So the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines, the 1987 Constitution. So number 1, the introductory part of the Constitution is preamble. So preamble. The content of preamble is we, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and humane society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote a common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, the and promulgate this Constitution. So that is the preamble. So we are the sovereign people, we are sovereign, we make a ruler, we are democracy, we are democratic country. That is a preamble in order to build a just and humane society and establish government that shall embody our needs and aspirations. So Article 1, the national territory. So what inside the national territory of the Philippines? So the national territory comprises the Philippine archipelago with all the islands and waters and breath therein, and all other territories over which the Philippines has sovereignty or jurisdiction. Consisting of its terrestrial, fluvial, and aerial domains, including its territorial sea, the seabed, the subsoil, the insular shelves, and other sovereign areas, the waters around between and connecting the islands of the archipelago regardless of their breadth and dimensions form part of the internal waters of the Philippines. So that is the national territory. So number 2, Declaration of principles and state policies. Principles. Section 1. So what inside the Section 1 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution? The Philippines is a democratic and the Republican state. Sovereignty resides in the people, no government authority emanates from them. So that is Section 1, Article 2, Declaration of Principles, State Policies, Principles. Section 2, the Philippines renounces war as an instrument of national policy, adopts the general accepted principles of international law as part of the law of the land, and adheres to policy of peace, equality, justice, freedom, cooperation, and amity with all nations. So that is the Section 2 of the National Declaration of Principles. So, Section 3. So that is very common. Civilian authority is at all times supreme over the military. So the armed forces of the Philippines is the protector of the people and state. Its goal is to secure the sovereignty of the state and the integrity of the national territory. Section 4. The prime duty of the government is to serve and protect. So what is the prime duty of the government? To serve and protect the people. So the government will call upon the people to defend the state, and in the fulfillment thereof all citizens may be required under conditions provided by law to render personal, military, or civil service. So Section 5. The maintenance of peace and order, the protection of life, liberty, and property, and the promotion of general welfare are essential for the enjoyment by all the people of the blessings of democracy. So Section 6. The separation of church and state shall be inviolable. Section 7. The state shall pursue an independent foreign policy in its relations with other states. The paramount consideration shall be national sovereignty, territorial integrity, national interest, and the rights to self-determination. Section 8. So the Philippines, consistent with national interest, adopts and pursues a policy of freedom from nuclear weapons in its territory. Section 9. So the state shall promote the just and dynamic social order that will ensure the prosperity and independence of the nation and free the people from poverty through policies that provide adequate social services, promote full employment and rising standard of living, and improve quality of life for all. Section 10. The state shall promote social justice in all phases of national development. So that is section number 10. Section number 11. Section number 11. The state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights. Section 12. The state recognizes the sanctity of family life and shall protect and strengthen the family as a basic autonomous social institution. It shall equally protect the life of the mother and the life of unborn from conception, natural and primary right and duty of parents in the rearing of the youth for civic efficiency and the development of moral character shall receive the support of the government. So Section 13, the state recognizes the vital role of the youth in nation building and shall promote and protect their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. It shall inculcate in the youth patriotism and nationalism and encourage their involvement in public and civic affairs. Section 13. So Section 14. The state recognizes the role of women in nation building and shall ensure the fundamental equality before the law of women and men. Section 15. The state shall protect and promote the right to health of the people and instill health consciousness among them. Section 16. The state shall protect and advance the right of the people to balance and healthful ecology in accord with routine and harmony of nature. 17. The state shall give priority to education, science and technology, arts, culture, and sports to foster patriotism and nationalism, accelerate social progress, and promote total human liberation and development. Section 18. The state affirms labor as primary social economic force. It shall protect the rights of workers and promote their welfare. 18. Section 18. Section 19. The state shall develop a self-reliant and independent national economy, effectively controlled by Filipinos. Section 20. The state recognizes the indispensable role of the private sector, encourages private enterprises, and provides incentives to needed investments. Section 21. The state shall promote comprehensive rural development and agrarian reform. 22. The state recognizes and promotes the rights of indigenous cultural communities within the framework of national unity and development. Section 23. The state shall encourage non-governmental, community-based or sectoral organizations that promote the welfare of the nation. Section 24. The state recognizes the vital role of communication and information in nation building. 25. The state shall ensure the autonomy of local government. Section 26. The state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service and prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. 27. The state shall maintain honesty and integrity in public service and take positive and effective measures against graft and corruption. Section 28. Subject to reasonable condition prescribed by law, the state adopts and implements its policy of full public disclosure of all its transactions involving public interest. Article 3, Bill of Rights. So Section 1. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Section 2. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable seizures, searches, and seizures of whatever nature and for any purpose shall be inviolable, and the search warrant or warrant of arrest shall issue upon probable cause to determine personally by the judge after examination and the oath or affirmation of the complaint and the witnesses he may produce, and particularly describing the place, the search, and the persons or things to be seized. Article 3, Bill of Rights, Section 1, no person shall be deprived of liberty without property, without due process of law, nor any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Article 3, Bill of Rights, Section number 2, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, keepers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures of whatever nature for any purpose shall be inviolable. No search warrant or warrant of arrest shall issue except upon probable cause to be determined personally by the judge after examination under oath and affirmation. The oath or affirmation of a complainant and witnesses may be produced and the right of person. No person shall comply. Due process. Liberty no property without due process of law, or any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Section 2, the right of the people, the right of the people, the right of to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures or whatever nature for any purpose shall be inviolable, and no such warrant or warrant of shall issue except upon probable cause be truthfully by the judge. So, Section 3, the privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful order of the court, or when public safety or order requires otherwise prescribed by law. 2. Any evidence obtained in violation of this or the preceding section shall be inadmissible for any purpose in any proceeding. Section 4. No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or praise, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. No law shall be made respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed. No religious test shall be required for the exercise of civil or political rights. Section 6. The liberty of a good and changing the same within the limits prescribed by law shall not be impaired except upon lawful or the order of the court. Neither shall the right to travel be inferred except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. Section 7. The right of the people into information on matters of public concern shall be recognized. Access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining to official acts, transactions, or decisions, as well as to government research data as basis for policy development, shall be afforded the citizen, subject to such limitations as may be provided by law. So the right of the people, Section 8, the right of the people, including those employed in the public and private sectors, to form unions, associations, or societies for purposes not contrary to the law, shall not be abridged. Section 9. Private property shall not be taken for public use without just compensation. No law impairing the obligation of contract shall be passed. Any person under investigation for the commission of an offense shall have the right to be informed of his right to remain silent and to have competent and services of counsel. He must be provided with one. These rights cannot be waived except no writing and in the presence of counsel. So no torture, force, violence, threat, intimidation, or any other means which vitiate, incommunicado, or other similar forms of detentions are prohibited. So any confession or admission obtained in violation of this Section 7 shall be inadmissible on evidence against it. For the law shall provide for penal and civil sanctions for violations of these sections, as well as compensation to and rehabilitation of victims of torture or similar practices. Under families, Section 13, all persons except those charged with offences punishable by reclusion perpetua when evidence of guilt is strong shall before conviction be bailable by sufficient sureties, for the release and recognizances may be provided by law. The right to bail shall not be impaired, even when the privilege, the right of habeas corpus, is suspended. Excessive bail shall not be required. Section 14. No person shall be held to answer for a criminal offense without due process of law. In all criminal prosecution, the accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is proved, and shall enjoy the right to be heard by himself and counsel, to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation against him, to have a speedy, impartial, and public trial, to meet the witnesses face to face, to have compulsory process to secure the attendance of witnesses and the production of evidence in his behalf. However, after arraignment, trial may proceed notwithstanding the absence of the accused, provided he has been duly notified and his failure to appear is unjustifiable. Section 15. The privilege of the right of habeas corpus shall not be suspended, except in cases of invasion, violation, or rebellion when the public safety requires it. 16. All persons shall have the right to speedy disposition of their cases before all judicial, quasi-judicial, or administrative bodies. No person shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. Unity. No person shall be detained solely by reason of his good conduct or aspirations. For to no involuntary servitude in any form shall exist, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. 19. Excessive fines shall be imposed, nor cruel, quitting, or inhuman punishment inflicted. Neither shall death penalty be imposed, unless for compelling reasons involving heinous crimes. The Congress hereafter provides for it a death penalty, or the imposed shall be reduced to reclusion perpetua. To the improvement of physical, psychological, or degrading punishment against any prisoner or detainee, or the use of substandard or inadequate penal facilities under subhuman condition shall be dealt with by law. 20. No person shall be imprisoned for debt or non-payment of a poll tax. 21. No person shall be twice put in jeopardy of punishment for the same offense, if an act is punished by law, an ordinance, conviction, or acquittal under shall constitute bar to another prosecution for the same act. no ex post facto law or bell of attendance shall be enacted. So let's proceed to Article 4, the citizenship. So the following are the citizens of the Philippines. Section 1. 1. Those who are citizens of the Philippines at the same time of the adoption of this Constitution. Those whose fathers or mothers are citizens of the Philippines. Those born before January 17, 1973 of Filipino mothers who will take Philippine citizenship upon reaching the age of majority, and those who are naturalized in accordance with the law. Section 2. Natural-born citizens are those who are citizens of the Philippines from birth without having to perform any act to acquire or forfeit their Philippine citizenship. Those who elect Philippines in accordance with Paragraph 3. Section 1. Thereof shall be deemed natural-born citizens. So, Philippine citizens may be lost or reacquired in the manner provided by law. Section 4. Citizens of the Philippines or mere aliens shall retain their citizenship unless by their act or omissions they are deemed under the law to have renounced it. Should have down allegiance is inimical to the national interest and shall be dealt with by law. So again, that is Article 4, the citizenship of the Philippine Constitution. So let's go to Article 5, the suffrage. So for Section 1, suffrage will represent all citizens of the Philippines not otherwise disqualified by law. Who are at least 18 years of age, who shall have resided in the Philippines for at least 1 year and at least within the proposed to vote for at least 6 months immediately preceding the election. No literacy, property, or other substantive requirements should be imposed on the exercise of suffrage. Section 2. The Congress shall provide a system for securing the secrecy and sanctity of the ballot as well as system for absentee voting by qualified Filipinos abroad. So the Congress shall also design a procedure for the disabled and the electorates to vote without assistance of other persons. Until then, they shall be allowed to vote under existing laws, and such rules as the Commission on Election may be promulgated to protect the secrecy of the ballot. So, time check that already 9:29 to 9:30, well, and up to 9:30 in the afternoon. So that's 1 minute left. See you tomorrow. That's 1 hour for today's documentary purposes for the upcoming March 2025 examination civil service. So that's 1 hour for today. See you tomorrow. Goodbye and God bless us all.